Good evening. When you listen to someone else who's speaking, are you really listening? Are you thinking about what you're going to say next? Are you looking at your watch? Are you wondering what you're going to have for dinner? Or are you really listening? Active listening is a skill that can improve our communication, whether we're trying to understand family, friends, work associates, or people we've just met. In the article, How the Manager Can Use Active Listening, Neipan and Green help us understand the large role that active listening can play in our success at the workplace. In fact, active listening can help us to achieve workplace empowerment, whether we're novices or seasoned professionals. Listening skills are especially needed as recent graduates try to adapt to new work environments. As we prepare to land that first job, take hold of the keys of our own success, we would do well to listen closely. Well, are you listening? Neipan and Green outline 4 listening techniques. They are rephrasing what the speaker has said, summarizing the main points of the speaker, responding to the speaker's nonverbal cues, and responding to the feelings portrayed in the message. While some of these techniques are similar, they each serve a specific function and we use them in different ways. The first technique, rephrasing. When we rephrase a message that we've heard, we restate or paraphrase it. This helps to demonstrate our understanding of what the speaker has said, lets the speaker know that you're being attentive. It allows the speaker to hear the words that they've said from your perspective and allows them to make clarifications or corrections if needed. The second technique is called summarizing. Summarizing main points made by the speaker. This, again, demonstrates your understanding. It allows the speaker to hear the message again and make clarifications or corrections, but it also shows the speaker what points you are most focused on. It ties together the big ideas that may be going on in a long conversation to ensure full understanding of the big picture. The third technique, responding to nonverbal cues. This means acknowledging the nonverbal messages that the speaker may be sending you. It helps us to better understand, to tune in to the other messages that may be happening below the text, and helping us to know how to respond to a message. Look at the difference between these two situations. I could say, I guess I could come in on Saturday. Did you see my nonverbal cues there? They're a little bit different from what happens right here. Well, I guess I could come in on Saturday. The nonverbal cues help us determine how to react to and respond to a message. And the fourth technique, responding to the feelings of the speaker. This is important because we're acknowledging the feelings expressed within the message. We're tuning in to that emotional feeling that the speaker may be having. This allows us to be more sympathetic, have a deeper understanding of the speaker. Also, when we tune in to the feelings of the speaker, we can diffuse or prevent interpersonal conflicts in the workplace. Now, we can't consciously use all of these techniques at the same time, and that's not what Neipan and Green are saying. We can use them one at a time, consciously, and it helps us to optimize the effectiveness of our listening. Neipan and Green offer us a method for using the active listening techniques. They include 5 steps. When to choose active listening techniques, how to know which technique to use, using the technique effectively, evaluating the response of the speaker, and taking appropriate action to what the speaker has just said. Okay, the first step of the method, when to use active listening techniques. Active listening techniques are best used when the message is very clear. If you're having trouble understanding something, or if something isn't very clear, you'll want to stop the speaker as soon as you can. Don't wait, don't hesitate, don't just let it go. It'll lead to misunderstanding. Ask for clarification right then and there, but remember to use an active listening technique while you listen to the clarification. The second step, choose the best listening technique. Different techniques adapt better to different situations. For example, restating works better within a short conversation, helping you to establish understanding with the speaker. Summarizing works within a long conversation because you're taking those main points, tying them together in order to mutually understand the big picture of the message. Moving on, step 3, use the technique chosen. Now you want to use the technique chosen, as we've talked about already, but you want to be aware of changes. the situation may require you to adapt to a new technique to better address the needs for active listening. Step 4. Evaluate the speaker's response. Make sure that the understanding is mutual. If the understanding is mutual, great, you can move on to act upon the speaker's words. But if there is any lack of clarity, be sure that you seek clarification. Again, prepare to listen actively while clarification occurs. And step 5. Of course, once you've heard the message, take the appropriate action. Now, if you've heard the message right and you've practiced active listening, the good news is you'll probably be right on the money with what actions you take. Being able to take the right actions is what happens when good listening empowers you to do the job right. Okay, so these techniques may seem complex and difficult when we do them consciously and when we inspect them so closely. But a lot of effective speakers use these techniques without even knowing. You probably use some of these strategies yourself to give you success as a listener. While Knightman and Green recommend these techniques for managers, they also work really well for just about anyone, especially people who are looking forward to graduation. We all benefit from active listening in a variety of environments. This article is valuable for almost anyone. Even better, within this class, active listening lends itself well to the functional maturity stage. It helps us to establish credibility, perceive how things get done or the workplace culture, and achieve our tasks more effectively. So, as we're going out there into the world and adapting to our new work environments, negotiating our way through the functional maturity stage, I hope that we all remember those 4 listening techniques that include rephrasing, summarizing, responding to the nonverbal cues of the speaker, and responding to the feelings of the speaker. Furthermore, I hope that we all remember something about the methods for using active listening skills, determining when to use active listening skills, selecting which skills to use, using the skills effectively, evaluating the response of the speaker, and taking action when we understand the message correctly. Again, this is so relevant to students, especially us who are looking forward to graduation, and I hope that these skills can help you to achieve workplace success in the future. Thank you very much.